I feel like half of this video making is literally first thing setting up the tripod, second thing my cats are arguing. They're like my children. I feel like trigger warning their mother. On Facebook I follow a lot of FTM trans groups, support groups, stuff like that, where everybody talks about their changes. Some of those groups are pre-T, trans guys only. Some of those groups are kind of a mixture of everyone. One thing that really has me torn as to like, should I call myself out on this, or is it okay for me to think this? I'm trying to figure out what is okay for me to think and what is okay for me to not think. I've been seeing a lot of trans guys on notification. So basically I've been seeing a lot of trans guys on these groups talking about how some of them, not all of them, some of them have been saying how they basically put their transition on a credit card. By their transition, I mean it could be anything from top surgery to testosterone. It doesn't even have to be a credit card. It could be a loan. I feel like I'm being transphobic in a way because I can't figure out if I'm jealous or if it's like internalized transphobia or whatever it is. But all I know is that whenever I see posts like this on either the Facebook or, for example, whenever Caitlyn Jenner came out, I'm sure a lot of trans women felt this way. That she kind of like, okay, so she's of money. She has the sources afforded to her to be able to transition like that. That's exactly what she did. I mean, I get it that she lived as Bruce for however many years, but at the same time, I feel like, in a way, like this is my humble opinion. Feel free to call me out on this on the comments below, but I feel like, in a way, that for somebody to transition overnight is in a way disrespectful to all of the trans people in the years in the past who have fought and bled and all that stuff for our rights, for us to begin to be able to use the bathrooms that we feel comfortable using. This doesn't even bring up the North Carolina thing. Like I said, I feel like, in a way, for somebody to transition overnight, regardless of dysphoria, is disrespectful to our ancestors. Like I said, feel free to call me out on this on the comments below. This is my personal opinion. You know, feel free to have your own opinion. Discuss it below. Like I said previously, it's something that I'm still trying to figure out. If it's transphobia, jealousy. You know, the first thing I noticed was, oh, Oliver, you're just being jealous. As a pre-T, pre-op trans guy, the first thing that was like easily able to pinpoint was that maybe I was just being jealous. Coming from, you know, where I am in my transition as being pre-op, pre-T, you know, you can do whatever in your transition. But personally, I want to get top surgery. And once we get all this stuff figured out with my medical condition, I want to get testosterone. But that's besides the point. The point is, I feel like, in my humble opinion, it is disrespectful for somebody to transition overnight. Now, transitioning overnight is a term that I'm using loosely because, you know, somebody can't obviously transition overnight. There isn't just one surgery. It's just, I don't know. Like I've said over and over in this video, for somebody to just, boom, transition is like not really okay, because aside from all of the social things, you have to think about, you know, am I having enough time to process what's happening in my body? Regardless of dysphoria, you're going into a major surgery. You are getting part of you that you were born with cut off. Regardless if you identify with that part, you are getting it cut off. That part has nerves in it. That part is something that will have phantom pain eventually. Chase Ross made a video about it where he said, trigger warning, he said he had phantom boobies, where basically he felt like his chesticles were still there, even though he's pretty far along as being like post-op. I forgot how many years, but yeah, like, you have to consider all these things. You're literally going into a major surgery. Like, that's basically like getting a stent in your heart or something like that. This is just my point of view. This is just my point of view. I'm just another human with another opinion, you know, humble opinion. You don't have to adopt these views. This is just me ranting because, you know, maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's dysphoria, whatever it is. But I'm just using this video as kind of a venting process. Also, as I'm talking, I'm just kind of processing what I'm saying as I kind of just go along. I'm just, you know, trying to figure out if this is okay for me to think this. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, you know, why I'm thinking this way, and trying to figure out, you know, what is causing me to think this way. Jealousy, dysphoria, whatever. Maybe it's just me being a human, thinking about the fact that other humans aren't thinking about the fact that they are cutting off it's basically like cutting off a limb. It is a major surgery. Things can go wrong. And for somebody to just be like, okay, bam, I'm just gonna go do this, and not think about the fact that transitioning isn't just oh, I am going to gut myself like a fish. Oh, I'm gonna inject gel into my thigh every so often. It is a mental thing. You can still be like a bunch of years post-op and a bunch of years on T and still feel dysphoric as hell. There are trans guys that literally are feeling suicidal even though they are in the skin that they want to be in, that they have fought and raised up money for and gone to gender therapy to get the hormones to be able to get into that body that they are trying to get into. Does this make any sense? I'm just like, okay, first let me just, you know, say this in one sentence. Transitioning is not just physical, it is mental. You have to think about the fact that maybe after op, I'm gonna still feel dysphoric as hell. Maybe I'm gonna still feel suicidal as hell. First of all, you need to figure out what you're feeling suicidal about before you make any drastic changes. You need to take time to process. I guess, to basically sum this whole entire video up, I'm just saying that, you know, think about what you're doing. In the media, regardless if it's true or not, things about Caitlyn Jenner have been said in the past and still continue to be said now, where, like, there was this headline I remember seeing at a newsstand, trigger warning by the way, I want to be Bruce again, he was so handsome. You know, obviously this is the media, they're making tabloids and just trying to make money. You know, that's something that somebody could very well think. You have to give yourself time to process this. And for somebody to just jump on dysphoria and be like, oh shit, now I have just the right amount of money, I am going to go do this surgery now, overnight, not thinking about the weight of what it is that you're about to go do, is very dangerous because you could regret it in the past. It's just like getting a tattoo. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling, but hopefully this video comes across as a valid point to someone. Basically, you know, just think about what you're doing. As I said previously, transitioning isn't just physical, it is mental. Like, transitioning isn't just telling yourself, oh, I am this person, or transitioning isn't just living as somebody you wanted to live as forever. Yeah, that's fantastic, but that wears off after a while. Transitioning is figuring out what it is that's bothering you in your mind as far as dysphoria. So you could have basically clouded dysphoria and just be like, oh, I feel dysphoric in general. That's fine. But if you really want to figure out what it is that's making you feel dysphoric and build mental strength, then that's another step into transitioning mentally. Transitioning isn't just changing a gender marker or taking hormones, getting op, whatever else you want to do, changing legal name, blah blah blah. It's not just a social construct, it's very much internal as well. Long story short, to sum up this long ass video, just think about what you're doing, and that's all I have to say. As far as being gone forever and then posting a vlog, that trip was fantastic. That's all I have to say about that. The things that went on in the trip are between my family and it's my personal life. I shared what I wanted to share, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And if y'all are new to my channel, I make videos as often as possible. I don't live in the best of households, so I just kind of have to deal with the time that I'm given to make videos and kind of roll with it. Until next time, I will see you guys later. All my links are below, just go check it out. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. Bye!